Well, the truth is that the IDF has done much more and has a far greater level of sophistication trying to save the lives of innocent civilians in Gaza than any other army in the world has ever done. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've watched the way that the IDF operate, the care they take to try and minimize civilian casualties, and it's unparalleled. There is literally no other army that could or would be able to do the same thing. Now, having said that, of course there are civilian casualties. Of course there are. There are too many civilian casualties, because even one civilian casualty is too many in a war. But it is unfortunately unavoidable. The IDF or the Israeli government had two choices at the beginning of this. They could say, we need to eliminate this threat to Israel, which has proven its potency on the 7th of October. In order to do that, we've got to wipe out Hamas. If we wipe out Hamas, civilians are going to die. They're definitely going to die because they're in among the civilian population, no matter what steps we take. Therefore, we will not wipe out Hamas. We don't want to kill, we can't kill any civilians. So we'll leave Hamas intact to carry out 7th of Octobers again and again and again. Or we have to deal with Hamas. We know that civilians are going to die. We're going to do our best to try and minimize that, but we have to accept that they will. And that's what's happened. And by my calculations, the ratio of civilian to combatant casualties is around 0.8 civilians for every terrorist killed. That sounds bad, and it is bad. But if you compare it to other conflicts fought in maybe not totally dissimilar circumstances, in Afghanistan and Iraq, for example, the US forces killed 5 civilians for every terrorist in Afghanistan, 3 for every terrorist in Iraq. That is in far less complex circumstances, and yet it is significantly a worse performance than the IDF. Of course, they did everything they could to minimize civilian casualties, but the IDF have done better, and that's borne out, I think, in those statistics. If they're true, it's my best estimate, we won't really know the reality of the civilian death toll until probably, if we ever do, until after the war is over.